Today is a good day. Well, actually a few months was a good day when I managed to complete my MS Gundam War collection, including the Endless Waltz series. I would have done this video much sooner, but unfortunately the battery charger went missing again, so I had to wait about a month to get a new one from China. Again. I'm going to do a quick rundown on all the commons, uncommons, rares, and if I have time in this video, I'll do all the holos and gold stamps that were also in each set. So there really isn't much for me to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and start showing these off one by one, starting with the Corp and Wing Team Booster Pack. In the Wing Team Booster Pack, they reprinted all the Gundams, but with alternative abilities. They also printed out more of supporting mobile suits, such as the Maganax, I think is how you pronounce it, as well as the few times they piloted other things, such as the Ares and the Leos. And this here is starting the Corp cards, which was mostly a lot of Leos, a lot of Ares, a lot of the mobile suits that were just beat sticks for the Gundams to beat around with. And that's it for all the mobile suits that came in the booster pack. Gonna go on to pilots. I am missing a few pilots from here because those ones that are not here are gold and holo, and I had them in separate sleeves. But they did do all the pilot for the Gundams again. And this is when the Oz portion of it starts. Unlike the starter deck, they actually released supporting characters that were in the show, rather than the main characters. Now I'm going to go into the event cards, starting with Wing Team event cards that were in the booster packs. A lot of these are just scenes from the show. They didn't really make any original artwork for any of these cards, unlike the Gundam War card game that came out much later, where it was original art they created for the cards. These ones are all just screen caps. And this is when the Oz portion starts. And that's it for all the event cards. Now I'm going to go to the Battlefield cards next. The Wing Team Battlefield cards actually had 3 of them that were supportive of a certain Gundam that was on the field, such as this one here was for Depth Scythe, this was for Sandrock, and this was for Shenlong. It was basically a boost specifically for that Gundam. And same thing with the Oz Battlefield cards. They had a few that were good, such as this one for Virgo, if you want to do a Virgo or Taurus deck, as well as the following one after this, which is if you wanted to do a Pisces or the other fucking Boat Fang. Boat Gundam. Sorry, they haven't made a Boat Gundam actually, considering they made a Mexican Gundam. It's all the commons, uncommons, and rares. And now I'm going to go ahead and start showing what the holos and gold stamps from the booster set looked like. And this Gundam Epion, I do have to mention, is the only Gundam Epion I've ever seen. This is the one I did get from a booster pack I opened earlier in one of my other videos, but I have never seen another one, even in a lot of other cards, never seen one. And these are the pilots that were in the sets. and Oz pilots. And the event cards. And the battlefield card. Interesting enough, only Oz actually has a event card that's gold and a battlefield that's hollow, while the wing team did not have any. And that does it for all the wing team and Oscorp cards in the booster packs. Luckily enough, I did manage to collect and complete the Endless Waltz one as well, and I'm going to go over that too. Starting with the mobile suits. This one was actually more of a short print. It didn't have a lot of cards in it, like the Gundam and Oscorp booster packs. And go with the pilots now. Next are the event cards. These ones were a little stronger because of their abilities. I thought the Endless Waltz series had a lot of good cards. It was a little ridiculous. The best deck that would be in the Endless Waltz series would have to be either a complete Gundam custom deck or a Serpent deck. Serpent deck is just insanely good in this. I'm surprised it never picked up. And I'm going to go next to the battlefields. And last, I'm going to show all the hollows and gold stamps that came in the set. They released all the Gundams in their custom forms. And I want to note on this Ultron, it's actually an Oscorp card, not a Wing Team Gundam card. And that was every card that was made for the Gundam M.S. card game. I am missing the third series, which was regular Gundam, which had 2 starter decks, but I'm not going to even bother collecting those or make an effort, really. I do have some of the cards from the starter decks, but it's up in the air for me. I'm just satisfied having Gundam Wing alone. That was the anime I grew up watching when I was a little kid, and I never managed to complete the card game because of logistics of having to complete Pokemon and Digimon and also just losing interest in general. I never imagined one day I would end up having every card. And as an added bonus, I want to mention that these are not all the hollows and gold stamp cards I have. I actually have a lot of hollow and gold stamp cards. I was actually hoarding them while on top of collecting these. This is really more of a case of just because you could doesn't mean you should, but I did anyways.